Hello, I'm back. Now my laptop is down now, so I have to use my phone. The quality of the lighting is bad. I need a lamp in here, and this phone lighting is just pretty horrible. However, let me see if I can change this, fix this. That looks better already. I don't know what just happened there, but that looks good. Okay, that looks a little better. As far as so y'all can actually be able to see me. I was talking about black women loving our natural beauty more. Less is more with the makeup, the weave, and the lashes. I was also giving some graceful advice on how not as black women to wear purple hair, blue hair, red hair, and orange hair. It's just tacky. It is not classy. How for us young ladies that maybe are 20s, 19, 18, 17, 16, 28, 30 and younger, even 34, 32, anybody who does the blue, red, green braids, first of all, that's your right. If you want to do that, that's absolutely your right. And if you just feel like, hey, that's what I want to do, whatever, okay. But if you want some advice on how to be graceful and classy and what not to put in your head to make you look ungraceful and classy, this is that advice. So my advice is to first seek God, because when you seek God, he begins to show you things about yourself and what you like that may not be too tasteful, whether it be in music, in movies, and how we carry ourselves and how we talk and how we dress. He begins to snip out and clean up. And so if you do that, if you seek God, he will already reveal to you the things that I'm saying. Now, God does not care about God doesn't care about appearance, but he does want us to carry ourselves and to look presentable. He does. But he loves the bum just as much as the rich man. Matter of fact, he cares about the poor. But at the end of the day, God gives us wisdom, especially when we seek him and as woman of God. Even if you're not a woman of God, if you're just a flat out sinner, it's not classy wearing blue hair and purple and red braids. It's very ratchet. If you guys don't know, in the hood, it's cute because I hear them all the time. Ooh, I like your hair. What is to like about those blue, horrific, standout braids on this chocolate sister? What? That's a mockery. That's a disgrace. It's nothing beautiful about that. It's nothing beautiful about that. If the sister's light skin, it's a hot mess for you to have a bunch of blue braids in your hair. If you notice, just check this out. Look, don't even quote me on this. Just check out God's creation around you. That's all I want you to do. And I just want you to check out the human species that were made in God's image. Just tell me one person. Just tell me one person in history God created with blue hair. That's my point. You don't see it. Whether they're white, you won't care what color they are. Nobody has blue hair. So if they're not doing it, if nobody's ever been born with blue hair, now granted, the white girls can get away with it because their skin is so pale. They can wear those colors. You know, it's still not classy. It's really not classy. It's more, how do I explain this? It's more exotic. Not what's that word called? It's more like rock star-ish, hippish, youngster looking. It's never classy when somebody has a head full of colors. It never is. Whether they're white or black, point blank, it's never classy. What's classy is more of a color that fits whatever that person is. If you're a white girl, auburn hair, blonde hair, whatever fits them more. If you're a black girl, black hair, maybe burgundy if you're light to brown, or blonde if you're light. But for black sisters to take on this whole red hair theme, how you doing, Miss Selma? For us to take on red hair, purple hair, and blue hair and try to rock that stuff like that's dope, it's not. It's ratchet, and it's a wretched thing, and it's a spirit from hell that makes us think, oh, this is cute, this is stylish. It's horrific, it's ugly. It looks ghetto, it looks tacky, but you don't notice unless you educate it like that. Unless you have a mom like mine to be like, what? She don't curse now, but they got me thinking. That may be like, what in the world is that on your head, child? Because I'm thinking this is something from hell. Literally, I want to say, what in the blank is that on your head? Because I wish my child would come out with some blue braids, some blue hair, period. The older I get, I don't even like braids. And I don't know what it is. Might be God doing something in me. I don't even like braids. I'm going to be honest with you. I used to love braids, and they can be classy if worn right, but because something happened to me, the angel told me not to wear. Maybe it's because when I wear it, maybe I take on a certain spirit. I don't know, but he told me not to wear it. So the older I get, I'm not crazy over braids. I don't like it anymore. Maybe it's just something. Maybe it's a certain look that God wants me to have, and it's just never wearing braids again. He just wants me to have this classy, graceful look. It could be a combination of things, but for whatever reason, I used to love braids. Now I really don't like braids anymore. Especially though when I see blue and red braids and they all been this hot mess bun and this head full of red hot Cheeto head braids and blue braids. Young ladies, take another look. What is classy or what is cute about a head full of hot Cheeto braids and Kool-Aid blue braids and purple braids on the dark skin, brown skin, on the light skin sister? That's a hot mess. They laughing at you. It's a mockery to us, for one, because when you go out into professional society, I don't care if you're going to the Waffle House for a job or IHOP, white people always, you're black, okay? So now when you see this black sister, I don't care what complexion she is, light to the darkest, and now she got a head full of hot Cheeto head or blue braids or purple braids. And granted, it's some white girls that got a head full of hot Cheeto hair and blue braids. It's not classy, but it does not look as bad on them as it does us. For one, we're darker. For two, it doesn't go with us. Three, on them it still doesn't look classy. Four, we're black, so they thinking, oh, this black girl in here with this blue, purple, red hair. You know what I'm saying? It is a double standard there, but it just makes us, it looks like we're embarrassing ourselves. So that's why I told the young people in my other video, if you watched it, to go back and look at the videos from the 20s and 30s and 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, all the way up to the 90s. Pay attention to the black woman in those films and movies. If you're watching any decent videos, just go back, watch In the Heat of the Night, that beautiful black woman on there. Look how she wear her hair. Watch any movie from the 70s, even when they wear their afros, even when they in the 20s and 30s. Do you see how they carried themselves, how they dress, how they wear their hair, how they took care of their hair? Black young ladies, go back and look at that, because there is a big disproportion in how black women used to carry themselves, how they used to wear their hair, and how we do it now. Back in the day, they wear their hair classy, they even dressed better, they even carried themselves better. Don't watch the hood ones from the 80s and 90s. Just watch everything else, because in those everything else movies and videos, their hair's still going to be fly. It's going to be day. If it's laid to the side, but it's not orange, it's not purple, it's not green. You know what I'm saying? And look at and then go back into the 20s, 30s, and 40s and watch some black movies from Turner Classics. Go back and see how they carried themselves well. Now, you ain't going to see no brown skin, dark skin sisters in them videos, because you had to be lighted in a paper bag to be in them videos back in the day. But the sisters in them videos are only light skinned, but still check out the way they carried themselves. They was graceful, they was ladylike, they dressed like a lady, and they spoke like a lady. They didn't speak like a dog, they didn't speak like a thug, they didn't speak like a man, they wasn't cussing all out of term. And if this is something you do, because we was born to sin, some of us have hood ways because we were born in the hood. For those that are, God can change you, but you got to be willing to let God edit, let him filter you. Yeah, we know nobody's perfect, but he said, be ye holy for I'm holy. If you want to get to heaven, if you have that desire to please him, and you're like, well, I am a Christian, you can't put me in heaven and hell. You're right, but the word of God will still judge you, and he wants to make you new, but you got to be willing to humble yourself to allow him to. And what I'm giving is advice on grace. And sisters, we need to learn how to love each other and carry ourselves. Don't just, not only me just telling y'all stop wearing a purple, red, and blue hair, weaves, and braids, but be classy. Go back and look at a classy black woman so we can know how to carry ourselves. Look at godly, look at preachers' wives, and hopefully they don't have no purple hot Cheeto head braids and all this crap and red hair. Hopefully they look more of the part. Get you some black role models. I'm talking to the black sisters so you can see how a woman should carry herself, how she should dress, how her hair should be. I'm giving grace advice, how you should carry yourself as a beautiful black African queen. That's what you are. I know. So I'll say the same thing to the biracials, to the white woman, to the Hispanic. Know what works for you and what doesn't. At all times, colorful hair is not that. It's not classy. Granted, the lighter, the white, and the Hispanic, they can get away with certain colors. It may look good on them, but when it comes, it's never classy to me though. Like, they make him pull it off, but it's still not classy. Classy is just the neutral colors, the black, the blonde, whatever goes with that person and their complexion. But sisters, we got attitude problems, for one, okay? Not all of us, but like, say I'm walking in the building saying hello to my coworkers, or I'm outside, I'm in a beauty spot like I was yesterday, see some black young ladies. Granted, they might be teenagers, a little younger than me, they could be my age. I say, hey, how y'all doing? They do the fish face. What's wrong with her? Why is she, what? Because it's uncommon to sound educated and to speak to your sisters and your brothers in the hood or in the urban neighborhood or in the black. Something's wrong with that. Now, if I'm looking at some hair products and I'm like, what the F is this? Oh, B, what's this? Blah, blah, blah. B, you see this? Then we can start a conversation. Then they come to me laughing like, yeah, what blank is that blank? You know what I'm saying? Because that's how the mentality is. That's how we talk. But if I'm coming to you correct and coming to you educated and coming to you in the spirit of just speaking and showing love, because that's how my mama raised me. She raised me to show love and speak when you walk in the room, period. To whether you're a white brother, black brother, sister, whoever, I'm going to speak to you because that's how my mom raised me. But when I see it with my sisters and I come like, hey, how y'all doing? I'm just passing through. Hey, how you doing? Fish face. Well, we don't speak. We don't do that. Well, we don't do that. But if, like I said, if I was cussing or saying, then I could spark up a conversation. We have to change our mentalities. We have to learn how to. It's so dark, right? We have to learn how to. We have to learn how to show love to each other. How to just be courteous to one another. It's not a competition. It's not something wrong. You have to change your attitude if you think that when I'm speaking to you, I'm trying to cause you to have a terrible day. Like if I speak to you and I'm like, how you doing? How you doing? What you want to do? I mean, dang, I'm not in the ring with you. I'm not trying to fight you. I'm just asking you how you doing. So we have to change that. We have to work on our mentality.